G'day everyone, had a problem which led on to this video actually, and I think this is a good one for beginners. It should help make the hobby more accessible for beginners, which is often my style, in case you watch my channel. So I had a problem with my test box, and I had to wire it up with alligator clips. For some reason the test box isn't working properly. You can build yourself a test box like this and have the alligator clips on, and then you just hook on the effect that you want to test, and then you put your in, out, and your power in. So it's easier, it makes it nice and quick. But being a beginner, chances are you're not going to have something like this. And now I don't have something like this because mine's broken. Actually, I have to make a new one. So how do you wire it up? Well, if you've bought one of my projects, you'll see on the build the build document, this page says testing your effect, and you can see the wiring diagram up top there, and you might be looking at that thinking to yourself, I don't really understand it, because if you're new to this sort of stuff, it's probably a bit confusing. So I'm going to show you how to do it. I mean, I don't even need that page anymore. I've done it so many times, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And we'll follow this as well, just so you can follow it too. But I'm going to talk while I hook it up, so you can see mentally what happens in this brain when it's wiring this up, and it might help you get your head around it, and then you won't need that page either. Let's take a look. Alright, so a couple of quick explanations. This is the input. This is coming from my guitar. This is going into my amp. Okay, so that's the amp, that's the guitar. That's the effect. In this case it's a BBD delay, and on that you've got white is output and yellow is input. Red is 9 volts and black is ground. So if we look at this diagram, you'll see 9 volt, input, ground, output. Almost 99.9% of effects that you build will have a 9 volt, an input, a ground, and an output. So this is how we're wiring it up. If we follow that diagram. So I've got a whole bunch of alligator clips here. These two are connected to my power supply, so I've got plus and minus. And also, just before we go on to that too, while I think of it, don't solder this together, because if you solder it together, it's going to make a mess of things to get it apart again. Use alligator clips. I know you're probably in a hurry to get this built up and working as fast as you can, but believe me, you want to use alligator clips. It's a less permanent way of testing your effect. And then you've got these mono jacks, which again, if you bought this off my web store, you've probably got these exact ones. If you don't, your jacks will still have the same sort of, it'll still be the same situation. So on the input there, you've just got to work out which one's connected to it, and you can use a multimeter in continuity mode to test that to make sure. But as you can see, as you probably can see in the video, it's just connected directly to the tip. So that's the tip, right? So that's your input or your output. And then this one over here, you can see is connected to the round part around the outside here, which is the shield. Okay, so when you insert a guitar cable, let me just pull this one out of the amp. When you insert that in, you can see it's broken up in two segments, tip and shield. Okay, when you push that in, this one connects to the tip, and the outside part, this bit, connects to the outside part of where the inside of where the threaded bit is, which is the shield, right? So that's your two connections. You can test that with a multimeter if you're not sure. So, how do we hook it up? Well, I'm not even going to look at this. I'm just going to explain to you how I hook it up. So the first thing that we're going to need is power to the circuit, obviously. So let's hook that up first. So that's easy. So you've either got a battery or a power supply that you're going to be connecting this up to. So plus goes to plus, minus goes to minus on the effect. And then you're going to need an output as well. That's got to go to your output's got to go to your amp. So for me, white is output. You can make it whatever color you want, but that's how I remember. So put the jack on the end of the cable like that, and then connect that to the tip. Remember, because tip is either input or output, like that. And then do the same on this side. So that's input. But you can't just stop there, because you probably think, well, that's it. You know, you've got your input, your output, and all that. But you can't, because your your shields need to be connected together. It's just the way that guitar pedals work. The shield has to flow through the whole circuit. So all the grounds need to be connected together, so to speak. So connect those two together. So the shields, the two shields on the jacks, connect those two together. And then also the ground of the circuit needs to be connected to that too. See, because currently it's not connected. You've got it connected to the power supply, but it's not connected to your signal chain. So the signal chain needs to be connected as well. So connect that from here to your however you can. I'm just going to clip it on there temporarily, and that's it. That's it. You're done. You finished. It's that simple. So it's a very quick way of doing it. There's no bypass for this, so make sure when you're doing it that you don't have your volume on your guitar, on your amp up really loud, because there's no way to switch it off. That's the disadvantage with doing it this way. But when you're new, you can do this. I think I built my first 10 pedals doing this way. Also, it kind of introduces another problem that you may need to solve if something's not working. You've got to check all the connections. Whereas if you have a test box like this, well, before it stopped working, you can just connect it up. You can just hook it up nice and easily. So I hope that helps you work out how to actually just temporarily connect up your effect so that you can test it. It's pretty simple. Get alligator clips. They're not expensive. Just make some up. You know, or you can buy them. You can buy them pre-made from your electronics shop, or you can make them up. They're easy to make, and then you can test it and make sure it works. So I hope that helped, and I hope your effect works when you plug it in. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Cheers.